Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. If you're tuning in for the first time,
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin, and welcome to our podcast talk show.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Corey. On this podcast, we tend to watch at least a movie, and we talk about movies, TV shows, sometimes games, sometimes a little. Corey adds a little sprinkle of sports in there every now and then, but our main focus is usually, movies and TV.
Yeah.
And then this episode is pretty chocked full.
Absolutely.
Because we did three movies.
Three big ones, you know?
Well, I really kind of was like, so the one I watched today, all right, so that was an hour and 43 minutes where like the other two, like other two movies that have like so much that went on, one was an hour and 24 minutes, one was out like an hour and 30 minutes, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I think there's a bit of a pacing issue
yes.
with one of them. But anyways, the three movies that we watched, the first one was one sent to us on Twitter. It's called Hotel. We watched it on YouTube. I think we were like the 306th and 307th viewing of that movie on there. Indie film, single bottle episode, single setting, single character. And we'll discuss that. But the other two movies were then Thunder Road and The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
I had to look it up. That's what I was doing on my phone. I had to look it up real quick because I want to make sure I said that right there. Yeah.
It's a man. It's a man. It's a man. It's not a fucking wolf. All right. So what do we want to dive? We want to dive into Hotel first.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do that.
I watched it. I gotta say, I did drift off. Not to sleep, but just to do other things. Just like what's going on in Yahoo, like what's going on Twitter right now. Oh wait, whoops! I'm watching a movie.
I'm watching something. Yes. See that was my biggest problem with it as well. It was just something that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the movie itself was like boring, but it was drug out quite a bit to where it was hard for me to concentrate. And I think that's the problem that you have with the one character, the one setting, the whole thing of that. I just think it's that whole nature of it. We had the other movie that was sent to us it was good. It was the same type of situation. It was like the one character. It was more, I think.
Yeah,
right? But it was.
I think it was like two or three. Maybe two, but for the majority of it, it's one. Right.
It was one guy, but
so we've seen that work.
Yes, because they also did other things though. It wasn't just him. They showed clips. They showed this. You know what I mean? There was like more interaction to the movie instead of like this one was more along the lines of I'm going to be honest with you. I'm listening to a guy that's talking on a phone call the entire time. I don't even see the other person. There's two voices but one character.
And it takes an hour and 30 minutes to get to the meat and potatoes of what this is all about. And I would say my biggest gripe would be I don't know anything about this guy. I don't feel anything for this guy. So I really just I'm like, wait, am I about to listen to a 3-hour phone conversation?
Seriously,
that starts off so rough, like the not wanting to talk about anything, but yet he's there to talk about something. The pacing is just off. Because there were memorable moments. I see like the director trying to do some fun stuff with the cinematography. And then I feel like get a little style, but it just looks like a hotel room. Like it just. But the actor towards the end, I feel like finally he's getting into this character.
100%.
Especially the monologue of what
Yeah, and I think, but that's part of the problem, though. He was too bottled up.
Yeah,
at the beginning, so he was never opened up to learn anything about the
guy.
So
the audience is like the same. Exactly, is going to be the same way. We're like cold, standoffish. I don't know anything about this guy. I don't even know what he did yet, so I feel no sympathy for this guy right now.
To be 100% honest with you, I think what they should have done is they should have made like the end story. There's some stories that like lead up to something, right? But you see it at the very beginning of the movie. Like you see almost not the end scene, but you see like a big bulk of the scene. So at the very beginning of this movie, I think what they should have done is taken that scene, put in the front, let me learn about this character, let me know about this character, and then maybe I would have been more involved in like leading up to that point of like how, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know if it would have made it tremendously amount of better, but I would have learned about the character up front, and then I would have felt like I would have been like better off in the long run of there.
I agree that there's got to be so there's no and I don't mean action as in like there's no gunfights. Where's the guns? You know, I'm not talking about that, but like I'm really it's just a guy bumming around a hotel room and talking to the sex worker, and I'm gonna be honest, like the lady on the phone was phenomenal at her job. They did a great job with the phone recording to make it actually sound like she's on the other line, and they did a phenomenal job with that. And the voice actor, she did a great job too. But it's like I kind of forgot where I was going just because I was like, I actually am like gonna pay. I mean, it's art. It's somebody.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Somebody else is gonna look at this and be like, oh, I saw something totally different. But I mean, this is what we are perceiving with this movie, and I just think that if you had done something to gain some sort of sympathy for this character, learn something of this character other than some of these like really just basic and generic questions, then we could have had more of a. Oh, okay. Well, I'm really now enticed of wanting to know. Honestly, like an hour and 30 minutes, I'm like, that's what I waited for. I wasn't really all that. Like, if you turn this movie into a short, I think it could work. Even waiting to deliver us those lines, the actual like catalyst for him booking out of town and everything. Even if you still kept that whatever. But shorten that down, cut up a decent portion that make that a short movie, then I could see that working a bit more. Because at a certain point, you're just like, man, we're literally just sitting here listening to a dude talk on the phone, and it's just like, tick tock, tick. I mean, it's like I said. All right, so there's two movies that we watched, and both were under this movie, and so much more happens, right? Like,
yes.
So yes. I'm like. The pacing to me was just it was a bit rough, so and then I think like the only other thing that kind of threw it off, I feel like it just doesn't hit like that 24 frames per second type of viewing. Like it almost looks like too live actiony instead of like on film, like in the theater, like
I see what you're saying.
The frame rate seemed a little too like maybe it was like a 30 frames type of thing instead of like the classic like movie 24 frames. I don't know, something was but yeah, I mean like they filmed. I saw the comments that they filmed it in 3 days. They filmed it all on an iPhone and there's the two writers, and one of the writers directed it and whatnot, and
don't get me wrong. It definitely. I mean, he showed his. If that's truly what he did, he showed his true like. He's got a skill for it. I mean, the shooter and like they have the like even some of the shots. I mean, some of the shots were kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. Like the one that okay, so the one that didn't make sense to me, and I just want to make sure I brought this up.
But yeah,
exactly, yes. But the one shot was the one where he was sitting in the hotel, right, and they kept going from his face. He's on the phone. To all of a sudden behind his neck back here and shooting at an empty chair with a sweater in it.
Okay. There's a reason for that.
What the?
So, when they're shooting over the shoulder, it's usually when she's talking. It's as if she's in that chair having a conversation with him.
Got it.
So like I said, you could see like there's thought behind it.
Okay. It makes more sense.
Yeah,
he's a reason. Yeah.
Right. But I shorten that one up. One up. It was what RC Films, I think it was called. I don't have the names in front of me right now, but I think it was RC Films. Check it out. Hotel, and then parentheses 4K. It's easier to find it that way if you type it in that way. If you just type in hotel movie, you're just never gonna find this thing. Ever. We'll definitely put a link to it as well in our description and all that fun stuff. But it's one where there's not a lot of action or things of knowledge that I need to know about any of these characters on the phone. The only question the whole time is, why is this guy on the run? So when he's all right. So another thing is like, oh, you're almost out of time. You can either do we could actually have phone sex, and he was like, well, what about you want to do questions and answers? She's like, we don't have enough time for that. But we do have enough time for you to go in for like a 10 to 15 minute monologue before this thing's over. Like, wait a minute. You don't have time for questions and answers. You don't have time for any of this other stuff. But you sure got time for a 10 to 15 minute monologue right here. And then it hangs up. It's like, okay.
Yeah, got it.
Generous with those last 10 to 15
That's true.
minutes.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. Oh, I mean, But yeah, that is funny. I never see that's
one thing almost like... how long does it take you to go down a quarter mile? But in like Fast and Furious, those scenes are like minutes long, and it's like, wow, those cars are really slow.
Yeah, holy moly!
Or like in that one where the airplane's trying to take off, and it's like 30 minutes just going down the runway. Like, how long is this runway, man? Why can't this plane take off?
Yeah, what airline is this?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm not flying there. Half the trip is just trying to get off the ground.
Yeah.
So
I don't want to land it.
Yeah, landing it's like another half an hour. But we'll kind of have to poke around and see what else RC Films has come out with, They're shooting from a script that they wrote, so more power to them. They put their stuff out there. That's awesome. Congratulations.
And thank you. Yeah, exactly. And thank you for giving us the opportunity. I mean, we would do all of your films, if you wanted us to do that. I mean, it was a good time. That's why I didn't mind watching it, because it shows the independent filmmakers. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what's funny? It seemed like a long version of what we used to make, personally. A longer,
it really felt that way.
Thing.
It was like we made 7 to 10 minute movies, and they were like, hey, let's go with an hour and 43. Shorten that one up, all right?
For sure. Yeah.
And it could be totally different, but anyways.
Totally different.
All right, so that was Hotel from RC Films. Check it out on YouTube. Now, what's really fun about this entire episode of podcasting, of watching these movies, is we just watched that at low budget indie film, right?
Yeah.
And the next one I want to move into is Thunder Road. Which is an independent film, not produced by Hollywood. Right? Yeah, it's not produced by Hollywood. It's it's all like self-funded and that Jim Cummings, the main actor, he wrote it, directed it. But what's interesting is
what?
Yeah, Jim Cummings, the main actor of Thunder Road. He wrote it and directed it.
Gotcha. No, sorry. Okay, sorry. It just threw me off because when I first typed in Jim Cummings on the.
Oh, there's a total different dude. Yeah, you got to look.
That's why I'm like, you said that. I'm like, wait, no. Like, what movie did I just watch?
All right, so just to let you know, I was reading like this thing of like top, all these actors that came from Ohio. Well, Jim Cummings comes from Ohio, but it's that Jim Cummings that you just saw, not the one that's in Thunder Road. He's our Christopher Robbins or Winnie the Pooh guy, where Jim Cummings is a different guy who's, gosh, what's exciting? He's like only 37, 38 or whatever, so he's young, and he's already got quite a movement.
No, so, you're sure. 35 actually, dude. He was born in 86.
Sweet. This guy's got it going on. That was pretty cool, man. Congrats. Don't gotta be showboating or nothing. Jeez, man.
Sorry, dude.
No, yeah, that's cool, dude. Whatever. You got your shit together, but whatever. So, anyways, speaking of, taking a movie short, going shorter. So, what Jim Cummings did actually is he wrote and directed a short movie called Thunder Road. And it was critically acclaimed, and so he turned it into a full-length movie. And that's what we had watched, is the full-length, like the theatrical cut type of movie. So it's interesting, he took the short and made it in the long one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, give it a shot first, and then see what goes from there.
So, what are your thoughts of Thunder Road?
Okay, so Thunder Road. All right, so I'm just gonna revert real quick. Okay, just for 1 second. Yes. I seen you over the weekend. We did something on Friday night. Okay, which was pretty freaking sweet. But anyways, we did that, and so we talked about it. I made a comment about the main character, okay?
Yeah.
And I was talking about Jim Cummings, okay?
Yeah.
So the movie that I watched first was the other movie.
The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
And I'm not going to give you my total rating on that, but in that movie, I did not like Jim Cummings. I'm just going to be honest with you. I did not like Jim Cummings, okay? He just was not my kind of... There's certain moments, okay? I wish I would have reverted them, because this is the problem. I wish I would have watched Thunder Road first, because Thunder Road... I actually thought that it was a really, really, really good movie for what it is. Again, once again, you're not getting into, like you said, like it's not a big Hollywood film, so you're not getting all these crazy, great, actors and all these type of things. You know what I mean? You're kind of getting more or less lines of like a true, like, not that other actors aren't true. I'm not saying that, but there's not a lot of CGI and
it's like a grassroots type of thing.
Yes, yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, not seeing any notable names. It's all
correct.
I really like that. I just want to say like all the performances in this movie. I really in this Thunder Road. I really felt like we're like almost like some of the most realistic human beings in a movie that I've ever seen. Like these people acted authentically. And
every one of them.
Yeah, I love Jim Cummings in that movie. I feel like he's such a real character in that movie. Like I see that person existing. I see that this whole thing. So I really, I mean, dude, one of my favorite scenes is when he's freaking out in front of the police station. I was gonna say that,
dude. You stole it twice now. The police station when he's outside.
Yeah, and then they're like. And the captain comes out and he's like, "Hey!" And then all of a sudden the camera backs away and you see him like with his freaking hand on the gun. I was like, "Oh, bro!" Like,
yes,
we didn't see all that. Like, oh man, you gotta go, man. You can't be pulling your gun out in front of a bunch of guys.
That's not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
But no. I just felt like, such an authentic character, man. I just really felt like you're just watching real lives being played out.
Yes, 100%. It really felt like you used the word perfectly. I was looking for the word realistic, but because truthfully, that's exactly what it felt like to me the entire time. I mean, even his like partner, his cop, that
100%.
I mean, he was great. You know what I mean? Like down to like, don't get me wrong. And it's funny because all right. So, I watched the last 10 minutes of it, okay? And when I watched the last 10 minutes, Jim Cummings is actually, I mean, he's a fantastic actor because what happened? Okay, so I'm just gonna say, do you remember the end of the scene? Remember the end of the movie where they were in the ballet?
Yeah.
Okay. So when he was in there, he goes from this not rough and tough dad, I don't want to say it like that, but this rough and tough, you know what I mean? Like, hey, get off your phone. This is what girls wear. This is, you know what I mean? Like, kind of doing that, takes her phone away, right? They go inside and she gets involved in the ballet, you know what I mean? She like leans forward and he goes from that guy to this smile crying and then this.
He's so unstable, man.
Dude, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, this guy. This guy is impressive.
Yep.
It's wild, dude.
Yep.
Okay, then how about when he smacks the person on the couch too?
Okay, I was like, oh shit!
Wow!
You don't ever see that ever.
No,
you never see that, and I was like, you know what? Justified. Like,
yep.
I was like, who knows what you would do in that situation? That guy
exactly.
was
you don't
very
know.
angry. So like,
yeah.
I just was like, oh shit!
Yeah.
Did not expect that. One of my favorite scenes though, when he pops out of the truck, because that you heard me laughing because
yes.
And he pops out of the truck. He's like, I'm not drinking. I'm sober. Like, what's up? And he's like, you don't even know? You don't know? What the fuck, man? Like, he's just like screaming at this dude. Well, get on the phone. Tell me. Like, you don't
Damn
know?
it.
What is your name? Dog? It's like, dude is so loose tempered. It's amazing.
Oh, dude, it's insane. Well, yeah, I mean, but I think that's what makes him shine, though, man. It's who Jim Cummings is.
Such a quirky, and that's what I really liked about it too. Is quirky. It was. The thing is, like, the cinematography and the directorial style. It felt like a movie. Like, you know what I mean? There was
for sure. Yeah.
Couldn't even like a low budget Hollywood movie or indie movie. Like it honestly interchangeable. They did a fantastic job with what they were doing.
They did.
And yeah.
Do you know what gave it away to me? Is actually the end credits. Until I questioned it because with the real short and then like even the way the credits came on to like the screen and everything. It wasn't like a super fancy, like anything along those lines.
Licensed music.
Yes.
And like,
and where he's dancing at the funeral. Remember, you know what I mean? Dude, like that scene, I'm not going to lie because, all right, so remember I watch him in reverse. Yeah. So the very first scene I see this guy, he's a cop again. And then he goes up and carries up this thing, and I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. And all of a sudden, he goes, "I'm just gonna do it, even though the stereo's not working.
I'm just gonna do it." Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'm like,
yeah,
dude. So it's crazy because at first I'm like, gosh, man, here we go again. So I'm like, oh, this guy's actually like, I get it. You know what I mean? Like I understand because he does, man. Once again, he has an emotional like roller coaster, and he does a fantastic job of taking you with him to do it. Like that's the crazy part about it. Yeah. So you have these highs and then these lows, and just who he is, he could bring you with you. And all of a sudden, like I just feel that same kind of path. My heart is up. It's like it's crazy, like it's insane. I mean, all right. So the one question, and I think I missed it. I want to know, what did he say to the judge that made him actually get in trouble?
Oh, it was like. I don't remember exactly what he said, but
me neither, dude.
But it was like the judge had like taken it as like a threat, but it was more like I think he was trying to do like a scratch my back, scratch your back type of thing or something like that. I don't remember what he had said, but the judge definitely took it the wrong way. And he's like, "Why'd you let me do that? Why did you let me talk?" All right, how about when he's in the parent teacher conference thing? And he takes the desk and he's like, "Please don't smash that desk. Please don't. Just put the desk down." He's like, "It's your daughter's desk." And he's like starting mouthing off this guy. I'm sorry. I'm not a bad guy. Dude, just like, yeah, you can go now at this point.
You can just leave. So just like he was at the police station, dude, he goes, "Usually you're a cool guy, but right now you're a bastard," or something he says. I was laughing at multiple parts in this movie at those moments.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, because like, I feel like he really like conveys like this. It's like a serious matter, but he knows how to like break that, with that kind of relief. Because like the when he's stripping down, he's like spitting, like that's what you get. Like, bro, you're now sounding exactly like the guy in the beginning in the parking lot that you had to take down. How about that guy where he like splashed something at him or threw something at him, and he's like, he goes and oh man, he's just like,
see now,
dude needs a punching bag at home.
Well, yes, absolutely. Well, okay. Well, the thing is too, did he? All right, so I question that. Did he throw something at him, or was it just a splash where he attacked that guy?
I think he threw something at him or something like that. Like
so my only thing is, just to be honest with you, yes, he's a loose cannon. He shouldn't have done that. But at the same time, though, if you do that to a real life cop, You're getting arrested,
season.
dude. Yeah. Yes, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So at the same time, like, don't be wrong, he was a loose cannon, but that one I'm like,
it was just like a perfect representation of like how his decision processes, because like it was like a switch, you know?
Yes,
like,
exactly.
You did one, like, nope, there's just one reaction. Yeah. I only have one reaction to this, and I'm pissed off.
Well, this is funny. So his partner, remember when he gets out of the car, he walks up and says, I got this one, or you know what I mean? Hey, let's calm down, and he's just drunk, and let's just set him down over there and let him just cool off over there.
Oh yeah.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to. He just takes over, dude. I laugh so hard, man.
When he's talking to the captain and he's like trying to talk all tough, and he's like, yes sir, and then walks off, and he's like still like mouthing off or whatever. Like, yeah, all right, I'll go home. Yeah,
I got it. Yeah.
Man.
So that one was good.
Yeah, Thunder Road. I thoroughly. I've been wanting to watch this one for a long time. I've been kind of like following this Jim Cummings guy, because I've really just enjoyed how much he amps up Twitter with don't wait to sell a script. Why not film it? Why not write something that you can make that? And yeah, it might be crappy the first time, but you learn. And every time you learn, it gets better and better and better. So just get out there and make it. You don't need Hollywood. I mean, look at Hotel, right? They got it on YouTube. They sent it to us. They got two more viewings. You know what I mean?
That's true. Absolutely. Yep.
So
every viewing counts. So
Jessica and I both loved Thunder Road, and we just loved like the quirky character and the quirky characters and the style and everything. So
he did fantastic. So
yeah,
I give that one an A, 100%.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about that is would you rent it on Amazon?
Yeah. You told me $3.99. It was $4, but it's all right. $4.99. I spent $5 on it, but it's fine.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm just kidding. I almost took a screenshot of it just to joke around with you. Just sent it to you.
Might as well just bought it for like a few more dollars. I bought it.
I bought
it. Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, I really should have. It was actually, and actually, what makes me mad too is because it was $5.99, $6.99. But I'm sorry, $4.99, $6.99, and I clicked the $4.99 first, and then I'm like, nah, I'm just, you know what I mean? Who knows? I'm never exactly. Yeah, it's fine. I'll save $2. Whatever. So,
yeah. So that's kind of like, I guess, like maybe the only rough part. Now, the Wolf of Snow Hollow and the beta test, which the beta test I'm gonna buy on the Vudu here soon. That's the third movie from this guy. So he made one. I think Thunder Road was what, 2018.
Yep.
And then in 2020 or 2021 was the Wolf of Snow Hollow.
2020. The 2021 was the beta test.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, like dude's doing real well and cranking these things out. So we'll have to throw in the beta test. But yeah, I guess that would be like the only difficult part is like, Thunder Road was on Amazon for free a long time ago, and I Jessica and I just never sat down and watched it. So then at this point, I was just like, I need to get into this Jim Cummings world, so I'll just buy it or whatever. And then once I watched, I was like, all right, we gotta do these ones because they're quirky and they're cool and they're independent
for sure.
and whatnot. So
absolutely, yeah. And I enjoyed this one a lot. So.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I can't wait to talk about the next one.
Me too, I can't wait. I've been saving this one up, dude. I've been saving it.
So how we watched it was going through Amazon Prime. You can either buy it or rent it. It wasn't on Vudu, and it's really kind of hard to locate. So, but Thunder Road, and type in Thunder Road Jim Cummings, because otherwise you're going to get like other stuff.
Yeah, and it's actually, so you can try Amazon, and I did find on YouTube afterwards as well. So YouTube does have for $3.99 on the rent.
Very
so
cool.
You can actually rent it on YouTube. So
beautiful.
That's always a good way that we can sneak into it as well. Just so you know. They have a lot of those films that you can just rent on YouTube now. So
that's sweet. That's very cool. Okay. Now I guess we'll get to this other one that Corey just wasn't a fan of, I'm guessing. All right. So is it just his character?
It's not just his character. Okay, there's actually like, and I think it was like, okay, so
The Wolf of Snow Hollow, everybody. The Wolf of Snow Hollow.
Yeah, yes, The Wolf of Snow Hollow. Yeah. With Jim Cummings again. I mean, Jim Cummings. Like I said, I wish I would have watched it in reverse because some of his quirkiness that I actually loved or liked, you know what I mean, like his stupid stuff in there in the Thunder Road. I think I might have had a little bit of a different.
Yeah, it's almost like getting your toes wet of like what this.
Yes.
What these movies are going to kind of be more towards, like, yeah.
I didn't like the storyline either. So I think that was the whole thing. So I just didn't love. It wasn't just his character, but it was actually the other characters too, man. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the other cops that were in there. Some of their comments were funny, but some of their comments I just didn't like. I just didn't love. Like that's the best thing I could say. You know what I mean? I just really didn't like. I don't know. So it was like I didn't hate the movie. Because I really want to oversell it that I hated the movie because I really did not hate this movie. But at the same time, though, I'm also not going to lie to you. How, if you were living in a small town like this, how do you not know of the end situation way beforehand? I don't want to give away this movie, but how do you not know that?
What do you mean?
Okay, so the wolf. Okay. Mm-hmm. If I say something, I'm just gonna ruin the whole movie. And I'm trying not to do that as much as possible, but I might have to just say it. The wolf, okay?
Yeah.
How do you know who the hell? How do you not know who the wolf is? I'm just saying.
So I think that's kind of the funny part is like
because it made me laugh, but mad laugh.
Because that shit happens all the damn time, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's funny because the autopsy guy is like, my fucking daughter could have figured this shit out in less time, you know? And
yes.
And that's the other thing, right? They connected things too late. Like he found that one thing that was specific to a taxidermy, and that was in the book, but he didn't see that as evidence and in the book at the same time, so that connection was never made. I actually kind of I was like, I'm getting a little prisoners vibe towards the end, just because like he's hanging out having like a drink with this person who turns out and he has no idea, so he thinks like, but then obviously catches on, and it's like, uh-oh, you're already in danger.
Wait 1 minute.
So all right, so we watched obviously Thunder Road first, and then we watched The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and maybe you're right. But he is an asshole in that movie though. So like hearing that you didn't like him in that movie, well, that kind of is understandable. He's kind of an asshole, man. He just yells at people, he slaps them. He's just very insulting, and then he's a drunk piece of shit who fell onto his oven and shattered the glass. I'm like, damn, bro, I've never done that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother level.
That's a whole nother level.
All right, and then I really kind of like it's almost like montage. Like the more people get killed and the more funerals, like the angrier he's like getting in the funerals, like you could see him like just like getting like like just freaking out on the inside. And I like apparently I like a Jim Cummings freak out because he's very funny when he lashes out. This was actually one of Robert Forster's last movies. He plays the dad, the sheriff, and I really like that relationship with the father-son, because he's like helping his dad try to be like look like he's still got strength and still able to do this stuff. And then as soon as everybody leaves, he's like like that was a big deal. I can't fucking do this anymore. You gotta go to a doctor, man. And then that one dude is like, he's not even a real doctor. He's just like an EMT who walks out. It's like, dude, it's...
Yeah. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
I think his dad did really well. I think that his dad was a good actor. Like I said, there was a couple people in the movie that I did like. The girl police officer, who ended up being sheriff at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I think she did really well as her character.
I was like, she's kind of like headlining in that movie, I would say, because like she does a lot, and I like her acting in that movie. She's good.
Oh, for sure, absolutely, yeah. And she's definitely been in other films before too. I don't remember. Yeah.
She's on HBO a lot not HBO, Comedy Central a lot. She's in a TV show called Another Period with this other lady. And then she's also, I do believe, in like Drunk History, and she's in other stuff as well. But yeah, I saw her face and I was like, oh, she's from other stuff. And I was actually like shocked because she was comedic, but she was a pretty serious character.
Absolutely,
so
yes.
It wasn't as comedic as I thought she would be, which was fine because like there was no need for it. It was a quirky story, and it was a quirky setting and a quirky character. So like, you don't need to be like a comedian. You just need to read the lines at that point.
Do you know what I think I hated? Is the fact that it wasn't a real thing. I mean, that it was like the wolf may or may not have been an actually real person. I mean, a real thing, and that pisses me off too.
Because like you wanted it to be an actual wolf.
Yeah, because actually what
I liked when he put on the suit and then started like crawling.
Well, yes, okay, but like okay,
so
holy
shit, that's a pretty badass suit. But he's a taxidermist, so he could do that. That's true. You know? Yeah. Spoiler
he did it very
alert,
quickly though.
But anyways,
yes. So he really did he did a fantastic job in that whole like the guy, you know what I mean? He did a great job, I think, because you only see it for a second, right? It's not like it's anything major. But I think it's another thing though too is like once you find out, there's a little bit of drama, you know what I mean? The end scene, but I seriously think I went back. It was like 6 minutes total. Was like the entire scene of everything. You know what I mean? So like so he went from you find out who it is to where he ends up in the woods. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, there's like this very small, thin line there. It's kind of weird.
All well done, though, you know? Like...
You were... That, I mean, okay, because this is one that I'm wrong on.
Like,
you're right.
A John Wick police, turn into John Wick real quick, running through the trees. You know, they got, like, Gatling guns there now, like, popping out of the woods, and then just shooting at each other back and forth. Throwing grenades. They actually slipped back to Vietnam for a little bit.
I'm gonna slip back down the floor in a second.
I don't know. Like the pacing was fun on that one. So like,
you thought so?
Yeah, yeah.
Golly,
it was like an hour.
Different on this one. This one's different.
Hour and 24 minutes.
Yes, it was short, and that's what actually I was so excited about it.
3 minutes, and then.
But I was so annoyed by minute 30. I wanted it to be over in 32 minutes.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
I really like this one. Obviously, I really like this one because it was like when you said. Whatever you had said at the party over the weekend, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck this guy thinks he's talking about. I told Jessica, and she's like, nope, wrong.
Well, it's so funny because I made one comment, and I could tell by the way you looked at me. That's why I'm like, I gotta oversell this thing so hard too, because it's just so funny. Because like that's why I want to come in and say with Thunder Road I really liked it, because I really do like Jim Cummings, but man, this movie and all right, well, I keep going back and forth because now that I like Jim Cummings, some of the parts that I didn't like from him, I understand in like a little bit more, I guess, of a sense of nature. You know what I mean in that realm. So I don't hate it as much in certain parts that I did before. Do you know what I think I should do? In all honesty, I think I should go back and rewatch it. I think that I should go back and try to give it a full shot again, because I did end up watching that in two settings.
Oh, really? The Wolf of Snow Hollow in 2 settings?
I told you I hated the movie, dude.
Holy crap, man! That's nuts.
Yeah, I had to get. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down and watch this movie.
We watched Thunder Road, and right after Thunder Road, I was like, "You want to see the trailer for The Wolf of Snow Hollow?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we watched that. She's like, "I want to watch that right now." So then, bam, we watched The Wolf of Snow Hollow. And then, honestly, if it wasn't later, or if it was earlier, I would have bought the beta test. We would have watched that too. And I'm really excited. Thank you, Jim Cummings, for making the third movie. You're Not a Cop. Not that I don't like you as a cop, but don't overdo it.
Seriously, yeah.
Because like it was funny to go right from Thunder Road into the Wolf of So Hollow. I'm like, oh, same cop. Did he move? You know, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun how like with the pacing of the movie, because like there's a lot of filler in some of these other movies, and
for sure.
This is just like boom, 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 and then like you have some heartfelt moments, you have some good moments and all that stuff. I wanted to give 2 shout outs though. First for Ricky Lindholm. She's the deputy who becomes sheriff. She was awesome. And Jimmy Tatro, I don't really know how to say his name. Jimmy Tatro. So the first time I ever saw this dude was in American Vandal on Netflix. And if you've never seen American Vandal, you need to watch it. It's one of the greatest mockumentaries I've ever seen. It's just one of the greatest pieces of art ever. Who drew the 27 or 28 dicks? I can't remember, on the school faculty cars. Anyways, he played. Have you seen that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom. So got it. All right.
So the best is like he's like driving around for Uber and he's delivering people's food and he's eating the fries, and then they like he delivers it. He's like, "Have you been eating my food?" And he doesn't even lie. He's just like, yeah. Yeah, a few fries. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna pay for this. Like, oh man. Yeah. So, anyways, I love him from that. He's been in all sorts of different shows at this point, but he's actually in Modern Family for a little stretch as well. And so then seeing him in this, I'm like, oh man, I'm so excited. But the reason why I want to give him a shout out is because like he's a very serious character. Not serious, but I mean, what happens to him is pretty serious. So like his character's pretty serious in the movie, and it was nice. I feel like he's got acting chops. Because I've seen him, he's made me laugh, but at this point he actually showed some good acting chops, and I was pleasantly surprised and was excited for him, because it's like you could be the comic relief or whatever and do the same type-ish character, but in this one he didn't have to be anything like that. It was a different character, and I enjoyed that. So.
Gotcha. It's funny that because now that I can see it, I can that's crazy. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
man. I'm gonna give this another shot, just so you know.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just you're not alone. I think friends of ours said that they were unsure about the movie, and I was like,
yeah,
I don't know. I have to watch it, but the trailers to me, I'm like, obviously, I like all sorts of different types of movies. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, you have a very wide spectrum of your movie likings, but you also have a very strict spectrum of your movie likings when you don't like something.
I know it's like I love a lot of movies.
In a trash can, light them on fire. Oh.
Something. I mean, hey, it's the nature of the business, right?
Oh,
we're gonna get Rotten Tomatoes status here, okay? And right. People are gonna be like, "Damn, these guys are harsh," but hey. At least we're truthful.
Truthful.
All we want to do is help you get better at your craft. That's it.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So did you look up the Rotten Tomatoes of this movie though?
Oh, dude, they're insane, right? This one's an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes, dude.
No,
and
I mean, that's impressive.
The Thunder Road is 96.
Yeah.
So like, what excites me about that is I'm not alone. These movies are awesome. Shut your mouth. Yeah, it's just me. I've voted that many times. There's like not enough people.
How many accounts do you have, dude?
Right.
Kevin
got a lot of accounts. I have to travel all around the city for different IP addresses and locations. But I love it. I want him to keep making his style, his way. Keep writing, keep directing. Don't involve Hollywood because you clearly have the formula. You know what you're doing. He also does like a podcast where they like go over his screenplays once they're like in the final stages or something like that. And he does so much for like the independent film community. So I'm glad that we finally watched them and get to report back and
yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it, man. I mean, I enjoyed watching them. You know what I mean? I learned to like about this Jim Cummings guy. You know what he reminds me of is Kevin from Leftovers.
A little dark, but has like this, a little comic relief.
For sure.
From him.
Yeah. I'm telling you, for some reason, he gave me that vibe. He gave me that vibe. Kevin, what's his last name?
Oh man.
Oh
man.
Come on, man. Kevin. Give me Kevin.
You know, Kevin Garvey. God, what is
I told you it was a
G.
Gar.
What's wrong with me? I guess I need to rewatch it. I've been rewatching Succession, so I'll go back and rewatch that. Dude, I fucking love Succession. It was so good.
I mean, don't get me wrong. That show is critically acclaimed. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really. I watch a lot of stuff about it, but you had to be into the politics lifestyle to understand some of the stuff that's going on. Some of the business. I'm telling you, that's really.
I don't know. Like we knew nothing about it in the beginning, and it's just like an exciting ride and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you guys, Kevin, you guys are both. I mean, Jessica is in a business stature, man. She knows about her business. I'm not saying. I mean, so don't be wrong, as I am too. But I think some of the things, and you're more into a politics as well, a little bit. You have that little bit. So I just think you mix those both together. Succession is a perfect thing for both.
Oh, dude, it's a wild good time. Anyways, we'll cut that short so we don't go crazy over here. But so Hotel, RC Films.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks for. I think it was a indie movie. Some Twitter thing recommended it to us. Folk movies or something like that.
Yeah, folk movies. Yep.
Movies. So, but RC Films has something on Twitter as well. So we'll make sure we tag them when this is going live. But thanks for letting us watch your movie and keep going, working on your craft. Keep writing, keep creating, keep directing, and we'll watch whatever else you want us to watch. Jim Cummings knocked it out of the park. 2 out of the 3 so far. We have not watched the beta test. That is gonna be next. What are we watching next?
So I don't know. So there's something that dropped. Stranger Things. I did watch an episode or 2. So I don't know.
Let's do that.
Knock that out.
Let's do that. And then the other thing is we'll watch.
We sent another movie, right?
Yeah, we were sent another movie. I'm gonna try to find that right now. All right, so I watched like the first couple minutes of this one, and I'll tell you what, I was already chuckling. The dialogue was making me chuckle. That's for sure. So here's something for us to check out, and then somebody else sent us something. I apologize. Just taking me.
Yeah. So let's say, did you send it to me?
I don't think so.
See, I think you told me about it when I saw
Corpse. It's called Corpse. That's right.
Yes. I was gonna say, as soon as you said it, I knew I was gonna remember because we had Hotel and Corpse were the two.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to watch Stranger Things then Corpse?
Yeah, we'll watch Stranger Things. What is that? Like part 1 or something like that?
Well, yeah, but then Sean told me that the part 2 was 2 episodes. Was what he said. No, but don't get me wrong. He also told me the last episode of this final season that he's watched so far was like an hour and like 40 minutes or something.
Oh,
it's like a movie.
So they're doing some weird stuff.
Some weird stuff. So I have no idea what's going on. So
all right, well we'll watch that, and then we'll watch this movie, Corpse. It looks like it is from Chris the Oddity. I don't know anything about this. Independent feature film. So yeah. All I know is I started watching a little bit of it, and the dialogue was making me laugh. It was like this whole thing,
right.
Don't shoot me in the head, and the guy's like, I'm not going to shoot you in the head because like I might miss. I'll shoot you in the chest or something. It's like. And then later, he's like, "Please don't shoot me in the head." He's like, "If you're listening, I said I'm not going to shoot you in the head. I'm not going to do that." So it's like a funny little exchange. But anyways, that is what we'll watch then.
Okay, cool.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Have a wonderful day.
Have a good week.